All right, we're gonna do range addition. So let's see. They give us. I'm just gonna copy and paste this example, but they give us a length 5, and they give us some updates that they want us to apply to this array of length 5 that we're gonna create. So let's just go through the algorithm really quick. So they give us this length 5. We create an array of size 5. This is what they want in the beginning. Just create an array of size 5 filled with all zeros. And now they want us to apply these updates. Now each update contains a start index, an end index, and the number we want to add from that start index to that end index. So in this case, from index 1 to index 3 inclusive, we want to add 2. So the algorithm, which is super simple, I feel like you just need somebody to tell you like what it is out loud, but like, it's okay. So let's just take this first update. We want to add 2 from index 1 to index 3. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put 2 at the first index that we want to apply this 2 to, and then we're gonna cancel out that 2 when we're done with it, when we don't want to add 2 anymore. So how do we cancel out the 2? We got to add -2 to bring it back to 0. So they want us from index 1 to index 3, we have to add the 2. So we don't want to cancel out within that range. So we go one past the index, the last index, which this would be index 4 in this case, and we put the -2 here. So what this is doing is, so what we're going to do is from the very beginning, we're going to sum up these numbers one by one by one, and we're going to take the sum, insert it, take the sum, insert it. And when we get to this fourth index, this 2 is going to cancel out with this -2 and bring it back to 0. So for example, let's just take, let me copy paste this, and we'll just go, let's just pretend this was our only update. What we would do at the very end is we're going to keep a little sum variable, start it at 0. Okay, what is 0 plus 0? Okay, we're going to store that, which is just 0, and then we're going to insert it, which would just leave it at 0. But then 0, so now we're going to take our sum again. 0 plus 2 is 2. And now we're going to insert 2 here. Well, 2 is already there, but we are pretend that we're inserting it again, just in case it wasn't a 2. Now we're going to take this 0, add it to our sum. That is still 2. And now we're going to insert 2 here. Then we're going to take our sum, add it to the 0, and then insert the 2. Then we add 2 to -2. That gives us 0. And then we're going to insert that 0. And voila, we have 2 from index 1 to index 3. Because what do? We just put the 2 at the beginning, and then we cancel it out when we don't want it anymore. And we can do this for any amount of updates. So like for one update, this isn't too useful, right? Because we could have just added 2 from index 1 to index 3 like iteratively. But when you have multiple updates, this is useful. So for example, let's just go through the example that they gave us. So let's just start all over. We'll go through the entire example doing this. So we'll take from 1 to 3, we want to add 2. So we go to index 1. So let's actually mark this with indexes so it's very easy to see. Let me space this out a little bit so we don't get confused. And put some more spacing in there. Okay, cool. So index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3, index 4. Ignore the periods. Okay, so we're going to add 2 to the first index that we want to apply that 2 to. And then one past the last index, we're going to cancel it out. Boom. Okay, so that's the first update. And now we want to apply the second update. Okay, so from index 2 to index 4, we want to add 3. So we go to index 2, and we're going to add 3 to it. And then we go to index 4. Okay, so remember we want to cancel it out one past the index. So, or the last index. So in this case, the last index is 4, but this is the last index of the array. So we would technically, like if our array was like one index longer, we would cancel it out here. We would say -3. But because this is the end of the array, here, it's okay to just say, okay, just add 3 here, and then add 3 here. But we're not going to cancel it out because we can't, because we just add it to the very end of the array is what we're doing by not canceling it out. So basically when we're writing our code is we're going to check if this last index that we're applying the addition to, if it's the last index in the array, because if it's the last index in the array, it can't go one past the end of the array, right? Because we'll get an index out of bounds to cancel out the number. Okay, so just covering that corner case in a little bit of detail. But anyway, let's add the last update now. So now from 0 to 2, we want to add -2. So index 0, we're going to add -2. And then now at index 2 plus 1, which would be 3, we're going to cancel out this -2 by adding +2 to cancel out the -2 to get 0. So where is it? Index 3. Oh, let's fix these indexes a little bit. They're a little bit off. Okay, so the end index is 2, but we want to do 2 plus 1, which would be index 3 here. So we're going to add 2 here to cancel out the -2 that we added at the start index. And now we applied all our updates, and now we can just sum all these up incrementally. So let's just keep a sum variable started at 0. And let me copy paste this down here. And so now we're going to do -2 plus 0 is -2. And we're going to insert it. Cool. It's inserted. Now we take this 2, add it to our sum. We get 0. We insert 0. Now we take this 3, add it to our sum. We got 3, and then we're gonna insert 3. Cool. Now we take this 2, and we add it to our sum, and then we insert it. Cool. And now we take this -2, we add it to our sum. This is 3, and then we're gonna insert it, and we're good. Okay, so does that come out to the right number? Yeah. So if we look at this output over here, I'm just going to copy paste it. So this was the correct answer, and we did indeed get the correct answer. It's, spacing's a little off, but you can see it's the right numbers. All right, so that's our whole algorithm. It's just we put at the start index, we add the number, and at the end index plus 1, we cancel it out, unless it's the end of the array, because we can't go 1 past the end of the array. Okay, so let's actually code this out. All right. So what do we got to do? First, we got to create our array. So let's just call this int result equals new int length. Cool. Now this will be defaulted to all 0s. And now we got to go through all of our updates. So let's just go through our updates, update and updates. And now what we're going to do is we're going to say, so we have to add that third component. So whatever the index 2 is, so remember, this is what an update looks like. Let's actually go through this really quick. So this is a start index, end index, and the number that we want to add. Okay, this is what an update looks like. Let me just do that. Okay, so we have the start index, the end index, and the number we want to add. So we're gonna take our result at index or update 0, so this would be the start index, and we're going to add the number, so that would be index 2. Okay, cool. And the reason we do plus equals is because there could be multiple updates that added to the start index. So like if there was 2 updates that had index say 2, and both of those updates wanted to add some number to it, we have to add both those numbers to it so that we apply those numbers to whatever ranges they wanted. Okay. And now we do the end index. But before we do the end index, we have to check if it's the end of the array or not. So if end index plus 1 is less, or what am I doing? Update, I called it should be update 1. Okay. So if the end index plus 1 is less than length, we could just do that. That would work. So if it's less than the length, then we can go ahead and apply, or we can cancel it out. So update at 1 plus 1 is equal to, or no, we do plus equals the negative, so we're canceling it out, of the number. So that would be update 2. Okay. So I note that I put this negative here to cancel out the number that we put at the start index. Okay, cool. And now our result has all of our updates in it because we applied it using the for loop. Now we can just loop through our result from the beginning to the end, and then just add the sum, insert it, add the sum, insert it. Okay. So int sum equals 0, then just go, we can do, I think we need the index here. I don't think I could do a for each loop. So int I equals 0, I is less than result dot length plus I. And okay, so we're gonna do sum plus equals the result at I, and then we're going to insert it. So result I equals the sum. I feel like this could be changed to a one-liner, but whatever, let's just keep going. Return result, and I think we should be good. Let's submit it. Oh, did I leave a print statement in here? No, never mind. Cool, and that's it. Okay, so the temp complexity, so if we just say, let's just call u the number of updates, so it would be O of u plus whatever the length they gave us, because we looped through that array that we created. So that would be O of u plus, if we say n is the length, it would be O of u plus n. And the space would just be O of n because of the length, because we created a new array and then we outputted it. So I'm assuming that we're counting our output in the space complexity. Okay, cool. So if you like the video, you can give it a thumbs up, and you can subscribe if you want. Cool, bye.